How many of you want to achieve financial freedom? And how many of you want to live a fulfilled life? Okay. And how many of you want both? My name is Edwin Carrion, and welcome to Scale Up Your Business and Life to the Millions. And before we get started, I want to make a few acknowledgements. First, I want to acknowledge God today for giving me the opportunity of being here and being able to speak the right words so you guys could be able to understand and for me to share my knowledge with you. Number two, I want to acknowledge Jason, his team, and all the speakers that were here today because I got a lot of value this weekend. And how many of you got some value? And last but not least, I want to acknowledge every single one of you for being here today because showing up is 80% of what it takes to create amazing results in any area of your life. Whether it's business, relationship, money, you name it. So you're in the right place. So give yourselves a huge round of applause. So two things, accelerated learning. And the second thing is that I'm gonna make you be uncomfortable and I'm gonna make you act crazy. So if you wanna be successful, if you wanna achieve financial freedom, you have to be crazy. You can't be the same person you are anymore. So are you good with that? Everybody good? Yeah. Awesome, I love that. Okay, so we have English language learning, nice. How many of you knew that there's this many businesses here in this room today? Look at that. We have marketing, coaching, consultancy, manufacturing, home service coaching, restoration, digital marketing, growing food, video marketing, food growing, roofing marketing. There's a bunch of different businesses here, right? So if you want to network, you are in the right room. You paid to be in one of the best rooms. So make sure that if you look at this little chart right now, you're going to notice how many different businesses there are here today. So you have to make connections because your network is your net worth. And always remember that. That is a true thing. And I know a couple of speakers have said that today while they were here this weekend, that your network is your net worth. So always remember that. So let's go to the next one. The next one is, I would like to know, where are you in your entrepreneurship journey? Are you making 0 to 100K? Are you broke? Are you the 500K? Are you a baller? Are you in the 500 to a million? Where are you in your entrepreneurship journey? So as I can see right now, 50% of you are the bottom part of the journey. So today we're going to learn how to scale your business and your life to millions. How many of you want to learn that? No hands? Very few of you? Okay. So for those of you that are already making the millions, I'm going to show you how to take that to the next level. Also, I'm going to give you 4 key points every CEO should spend their time on. How many of you want to learn that? Awesome. And the last thing, we're going to finish by committing to scaling up your business and life. Because like Justin said, you have to commit, right? So if you guys are here, the last thing that I want you to do by leaving here is I want you to live with some commitments so you can really turn your life around. Because if you're here, it's for a reason. So I call myself a God-made millionaire. And let me see here. Okay, so I was born in Quito, Ecuador. I was raised by a single mother on a very humble home, meaning that I don't come from a lot of money. I was fortunate enough to come to the United States at 12 years old. And when I was here, I accomplished one of my dreams, which was to become a United States Marine. After the Marine Corps, thank you for that. I'm also an entrepreneur, an investor. I love investing in 2 things, real estate and entrepreneurs. And the last thing, I'm a mentor. I teach entrepreneurs how to scale and grow their businesses. And my last thing that I just added down at the bottom of my slide is that now, because I live my life by design, I live where I want to live. So I live in Cali, Colombia right now. So I just moved from the United States to Colombia last year. So I've been there for a whole year now. But let me go back a little bit back into my story. So when I left the Marine Corps, one of the things that I knew, I always knew I was going to be successful. I always knew that I wanted to be successful. And right after leaving the Marine Corps, I started my first major company, and it was real estate development. And I worked like crazy, over 60 hours per week for 2 years. And I took that company at 24 years old, from negative $100,000 to over $20 million in assets, not in profits, in assets. So for those of you that understand what that means, it's a lot of money, right? And in 2007, the market crash came around and I lost everything. I went bankrupt. I went to zero. I had to start all over again. And I lost all the money. How many of you have ever lost a lot of money? Put your hands up. Quite a few of you here, right? So you can relate. And when I lost everything, that's when I really realized that all the work, all the time, all the effort that I put into this business, and just like Jason said today, that he realized that he was working a lot, I had no life. That's exactly what happened to me. I realized that I lost 5 years of my time doing something. Why? Because I was focused on the wrong thing. And the reason I went bankrupt was for 2 main reasons. Number one, I was extremely over leveraged, meaning that I had a lot of debt. for those of you that don't know what leverage is. And number two, I was focused on the wrong goal. I was focused on the money. Why? Because growing up humble or poor, and I wanted to be a millionaire. That was like my goal in my life. I want to be a millionaire. I want to have money. And that was all in my mind. That's all I wanted. But when I got all that money and I lost everything, I didn't realize that I didn't just lose money. I lost more than that. I lost my health. I lost time with friends. I lost relationships. I lost a lot of things. But fortunate enough, I got back up myself after telling myself for like a whole year, Edwin, you're a loser, you're a failure, you're never gonna do it again. How did you lose so much money? Like just kind of like putting myself down on a bigger hole, right? I decided to start a new business, and a good idea and a good opportunity came my way. And I got into the gold buying business. And the reason I got into this business, I'll tell you the story real quick, was because a friend of mine from the Marines came to me and he's like, Edwin, do you have any money? And I looked at my pockets and I was broke. But then he said a little thing afterwards, I have a great business opportunity. And I'm like, oh, I do. What is it? So he told me it's the gold buying business. So of course, I figured out what I needed to do. I raised $300,000 and we took that company in 2 years to a $15 million worth of revenues. We have 14 stores throughout the United States. And you know what was different this time around? I learned that you don't have to work hard to make money. How many of you would love to learn that? I was making $1 million profit a month with this company, and I was only working 10 hours per week. By the time 2014 came around, I was very fortunate enough, and I exited that company. I was able to sell that company and retire for the first time in my life at the age of, how young I was? I was 34 years young, 34. By the time I was 34. But I knew I was too young to retire. So what did I do? I went and started doing one of the things that I love the most, which is building the American dream. And by building the American dream, I really started where I left off the last time when I went bankrupt, which started to building multi-million-dollar homes. So I started building multi-million-dollar homes. I had a few partners in there, and we grew that company really fast. Again, in 2 years. What did I do? I was able to sell this company as well. And I exited for the second time in my life. Before I was 40 years old, I was retired. How many of you would love to retire at 40 years old, or before you're 40, right? Having millions in the bank and be just awesome, right? But at that time, I had this great idea because I'm like, I'm too young to retire. I need to do something. And my great idea was to be a stay-at-home dad. So my supportive wife, she's always been very supportive with me. She's right here in front of me right now. She's like, yes, honey, of course you could be a stay-at-home dad, but you have to wake up the kids in the morning. You have to get them ready. You have to feed them. You have to take them to school. You have to do homework with them. You have to pick up them from school, take them to their classes. So she's like, gave me a huge list to them. I'm like, oh, no, wait, honey, I'm going to figure something else to do. I'm like, this is too hard. But that's at that moment when I realized how much she did for me to be able to accomplish all the things that I wanted to accomplish. But then at the same time, I realized how much my mom did for me by raising me as a single mother. Because sometimes we don't value things like that. So today, what I'm going to ask all the men to do to please take a stand and give a huge round of applause to all the women in this room, to all the mothers, to everybody for being so amazing. Thank you. I got an opportunity and I bought a transportation company. And the funny thing about the transportation company was that I always said, I don't want to be a truck driver. So sometimes we have to be careful with what we tell the world or the universe or God, because God is going to give you the things that you think you don't want, but you need. To me, they gave me a transportation company and also made me a contractor for a little bit, which that's another thing that I said I didn't want to do. But the transportation company, I bought it. We had 8 trucks. In 2 years, I took that company from 8 trucks to 40 trucks. We 10x our revenues. We got into the Inc. 5000 as one of the 5,000 fastest growing companies in the United States. And I set up system, processes, let the company run by itself. And now I do the thing that I do, which I don't like to work. And it runs by itself, and I only work like around 5 hours per week managing that company and getting ready for an exit in the next future when the cycle turns around. Because every business, you can understand that it has a cycle. With that, it gave me enough time to do another thing that I like, which is my calling from God, to be able to teach entrepreneurs and business owners how to do the same thing that I've done many times. And I wrote a couple of books. And what else did I do? Write books. I became a public speaker. I actually became an international speaker, and it's all about getting in the right rooms. It's always about getting in the right rooms, paying to be places, And to me, that gave me the opportunity to speak in London, to speak in Asia, to be speaking in front of you today and be sharing my story, my knowledge, and also teaching you things that I have, and been blessed all around because of that. But with all these amazing things that I'm sharing with you today, and I just give you the good stuff, right? There's been some major, what's the word again? Okay, so let me just tell you one thing real quick. And then Jason said this at the beginning of the program, but I say it differently. How you do anything is how you do everything. So always remember that. How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. Always keep that in the back of your mind. From now on, how you do anything is how you do everything. The energy that you give me is the energy that you're gonna give to everybody else in the world. The energy that you put out is the energy that you're gonna give your clients. The energy that you put out is the energy that you're gonna give to the money that you want to achieve. So if you want better results in your life, how you do anything is how you do and more energy again. Let's do it with a lot of energy. How you do anything is how you do. There you go. Now I'm liking it. So yeah, there's been some major struggles, failed relationships, betrayals from business partners, lost millions of dollars, lost my health, lost friendships. And then at the same time with that was one of the most important things to me, which was my relationship with God. Because again, I was focused into the wrong things at times. How many of you had ever had those type of struggles or have some types of struggles like that? And one of the things you're gonna realize, ladies and gentlemen, is that 90% of us share the same struggles. That's when you're gonna start realizing that I'm not better than you. And if I was able to make it, you're gonna be able to make it as well. Because look, clarity, relationships, financial, business partners, we all share the same struggles, ladies and gentlemen. There's a verse from the Bible that I love a lot, and it's, to whom much is given, much is required. And ladies and gentlemen, after 20 years of failures, struggles, success, it's my time and my duty to teach you how to become successful, how to scale your business and your life to the millions. You excited for that? Yeah. Turn to your partner and tell him I'm excited. Turn to the other one and ask him, are you excited? Okay, let's get going. So the question is, how do you scale up your business and life to the million? What does it really mean? And before I tell you what it means, or what it means to me, I want you to really think deep down, what does it mean to you to scale up your business and your life to the millions? What's gonna make you happy where you say, you know what, I made it. I have what I want. This is what I want in my life, because everything starts with clarity. And the moment we really start having that clarity, what we really want in our lives, that's when things start to change. Okay, pick a partner. Go ahead, pick a partner. Hey, pick a partner, nice. And you're gonna pick partner A and partner B. So who's gonna be partner A? Put your hand in the air, whoever's gonna be partner number A. Okay, partner A, look at partner B and tell him, repeat after me. 1 second, please listen to the instructions first. Partner A, you're gonna repeat after me and you're gonna tell partner B. Partner B, tell your partner, tell him, partner B, because you're so awesome, I'm gonna go first. So what I want you to do is, I want you to share with your partner what you wrote down. I want you to share with that person that you don't know what you wrote down. Don't be shy, don't hold it back. And that person, partner B, what I want you to do is I want you to listen to them. No feedback, no judgment, no advice, no you should do this, you should do that. Just listen to them. Take it in what they want. And then once we're done, we're gonna switch. So when I say switch, you're gonna switch roles. Everybody understands that? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. After growing up without a father, having to see my mom work like endless of hours while I was growing up, having people make fun of me because of my accent when I came to the United States. Until now they do, but now I own up to it, so it's okay. There was one time in my life that, I decided that that's enough. And I really decided to live life on my own terms, to figure out what is it that I want and how do I want to live my life by design. And that's extremely important in order to make that shift, in order for you to be able to live what I call to scale your business and your life to the millions. Really understanding what is it that you want, not only in your life, but in your business. And that's one of the things that has helped me propel every business that I start, as you could see from my testimony, that I went from industry to industry to industry, correct? And that's one of the things, it's pretty much becoming aware of what I really want and how do I want it. But the other thing that we all need to understand is that we need to really, really understand, and before I tell you what we need to understand, let me just give you a little bit of context on that, is that there was this one thing that haunted me for like over 10 years. And this one guy told me when I was in the military, one of the Marines, he's like, Edwin, you're the jack of all trades, master of none. And that haunted me for years. Like, it really like put me in a bad situation because like I thought I was never going to be good at nothing. But then with time, I understood that it's okay to be the jack of all trades and master of none. Meaning that I'm good at a lot of things and not just one thing. So one of the things, and those are things that kind of hold us back at times. And in order for us to continue moving forward, for us to continue excelling, we have to understand what obstacles are holding us back from achieving the life that we want, from achieving the success that we want. I want you to write down what obstacles are holding you back from attaining everything that you want. And I want you to write down 6. How many? How many? And the reason I'm asking you to write down 6 obstacles is because the first 3, everybody knows them. Money, time, and I forgot what the other one that everybody tells me all the time. So those are BS ones. Money, time, and family sometimes. Those are the BS ones. I want you to really go down deep within you and really understand what is it really holding you back from attaining everything you want in your life, from attaining everything you want in your business. Go ahead and write them down. Take another 4 minutes. Write 6 of them down. Don't forget, 6 of them. How many? Okay, go ahead and get started.
Knowledge, right? Like, I didn't know anything about marketing. I was a sales guy. I was an operator. So I know how to sell. I got on my shoes the first and I had to do something. I've been in business for a decade and I was just like, fish, I was still.
So give me again, just give me the names. Knowledge, procrastination,
Right activities,
resourcefulness,
the right knowledge, and I forgot about.
Look on your notes.
Well, I put it up.
Oh, you didn't put them on your notes?
No, I
Okay, write them down on your notes because you're gonna need those for later on. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Thank you for that. And I'm looking at you. 1, 2, stand. Yes. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Daniel. I'm from Venezuela.
Everybody, hello, Daniel. Daniel, what are your 6 obstacles holding you back?
The obstacle I have it's more on my team. I said, like family time. That's one of the. I have kids right now, so I must allocate time for my family. I would say on my stage is more in development. I'm developing my team. I have my agency, so I'm developing my team and growing my team. And the main something that
Leadership?
leadership, yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on it, but still I'm on my journey. And what else I would say, lack of sleep. Like I have small kids right now. I have 3 years without sleeping. A lot of my going at this time.
How do you feel writing those things down? Really understanding where your obstacles are?
It's tough when you try to write it out. I mean, being honest, write down is going to yourself. Because I mean, my journey is that I've been working on this for a long time, and you're still not catching up with the goals. And that's why I think you have to be honest with yourself and
Like I started to embrace that I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none. I started to embrace that my accent is not the best accent there is. So the moment we start embracing those things that are holding us back, there's nothing else that could hold us back. The moment I start embracing that, yeah, it's okay to fail, and if you take that failure as a learning lesson, you become better, because I failed multiple times. The moment that you embrace those failed relationships, you end up finding the most beautiful relationship in the world that nobody could match. So it's embracing our obstacles that are holding us back. And in order to do that, we have to live by a set of rules, a set of standards, a set of values. And we have to make sure that we commit to those set of rules, standards, and values. Because the key to success is repetition. What is the key to success, everybody? Key to success is repetition. And that's why I've been successful in multiple industries and multiple businesses, because I do the same thing over and over and again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, repetition is the key to success. You have to do what works every single time. And throughout my many years of failures, experiences, successes, I developed these 4 key points that I'm going to share with you today. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 is faith. So we're going to start with number 1. And number 1 is faith. And if you allow me here for 1 second to read what faith says on the dictionary, right? This is not me writing this down. This is like from the dictionary. And faith is, and I'm just going to read the first 2 lines. It says complete trust or confidence in something. Put your hand in the air, point to the air, something, right? So that something could be God. To me, is God. To you, could be God, Buddha, the universe, Jehovah, Almighty Jesus, whatever you want to call it. But it's having complete trust or confidence in something. And then the next part, it says in someone. So point to yourself, someone, right? And that someone has to be yourself. You have to truly believe and have faith in yourself. And the analogy that I always put out and I always tell people is that I was made as an equal image of God. And the reason I was made as an equal image of God, and that He's so perfect, that means that I'm perfect, that I'm good, that I'm able to do anything that I'm set my mind to. So you have to look at yourself and believe in yourself, because everything starts with belief. No, entrepreneurship is freaking hard. It's not easy. Being married is hard. It's not easy at all, I tell you. And being a father is harder, especially, and we were talking about this yesterday at the dinner table, right? So everything in life is hard. But if you don't have to believe into that someone and that something, the road is gonna be harder for you. Because there's times that you're gonna go through times in your life where you feel that there's nobody there for you, where you understand that there's nothing that you can't tell people something that you feel because they're gonna judge you, they're gonna tell you what they think, they're gonna tell you what you should do. And those are the moments that you need to have that faith into that something. It was never the alcohol, it was never the other things. It was me turning to God and talking to Him and telling Him, guide me and give me the path of what I need to do and what I need to do. What do I need to do and where do I need to go? But at the same time, is that freaking believe in myself that I'm the shit, that I'm the best thing around. And I gained that extra confidence by being in the Marine Corps that has gotten me to where I am today as well. Because I believe more in myself. Because I got pushed myself to the limit in so many ways that there's nothing that could break me down. You know, I failed all the way back to being to zero. So can I go any lower than that? So I don't care about failure anymore. I had plenty of relationships that have gone bad. So I learned from those. And what do I have to do? Sometimes I have to fight. And I have to fight with that relationship. Sometimes I want to give up, but you know what? I have somebody there that is there to fight with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, faith is your number one thing that you should know for business, for life, for everything. And that's going to take you very, very far when you really start believing in yourself 100%. Because the only obstacle between you and success is the person in the mirror. Number two, they talked about it today, vision. How many of you, by a show of hands, have a business plan? Keep those hands up, put them high. Look around, ladies and gentlemen, look around the room. Look how many hands there are. And I remember earlier when they asked, how many entrepreneurs do we have in the room? You can put your hands down, thank you. When they asked, how many entrepreneurs do we have in the room? Everybody put their hands up. How do you expect to become successful if you have no freaking clue where you want to go? A business plan, I call it, is your map to success. If you want to be successful, you got to do the simple things. Jason said it many times this weekend. Simple. Life is simple. Business is simple. You have to do the simple things. And it starts with a business plan. And it starts with a vision board. How many have a vision for their life? How many of you have created a vision board? Look at my daughters in the back. Let's give them a huge round of applause because they have that. But besides that, 80% of the room don't have a vision. So if you don't have a vision of what you want in your life, how are you going to accomplish the things that you want in your life? Look at my vision board. I want to be fit. I'm not going to pull out my shirt and show you my rack right now because it's not appropriate because there's a lot of women here, but I'm on my way there. I wanted a yacht. I have a nice yacht. I wanted a beautiful house. I have 2 beautiful houses. I wanted to have a great relationship with God. I'm there. I wanted to be a public speaker and have my family around with me. I'm here, but I'm tanner at this time, at this picture, but I'm here with my wife and speaking in front of you, sharing my knowledge, my experience. What else did I want? I wanted a jet. I'm a pilot. I used to own a plane. All the things that I wanted. Actually, let me go back into the material things. I wanted a richer meal, a $200,000 watch, a richer meal. I have one of those. So, but they have to be in your vision. If you don't put that in your vision board, how do you expect to have the things that you want? So it starts with faith, then it goes with having that vision. And in business, the moment that you put that business plan together, when you're gonna put your vision in there for your business, you have to make sure that your employees, your business partners, your friends, your family, your customers, they know what your vision is. Because sometimes we don't want to share that vision with our employees because they're going to steal our vision. But let's be it. The one that cares about your vision is you. They don't care about it. But share it with them so like that you're able to get to where you want to. The same thing with your life. Share your vision with your spouse. Share your vision with your friends. Share your vision with your family. And 90% are going to tell you you're freaking crazy. And you know what? If they tell you you're crazy, you're on the right path.
Yeah.
I have one of my mentees here, Sebastian. When you share your vision with your family, what do they tell you? They stop talking to him. Yes, because they don't want you to succeed.
Yeah. No. No, I can't.
They want you to be safe. But safe is not fun. Safe is not going to get you on the stage here. For those of you that put up your hand today that wanted to be speakers in the future. So come today, create those things. For those entrepreneurs that are here, that have a business, that have no idea where they want to go, create your map. And with your map, you're going to have to create also your GPS. And if you don't know what your GPS is DM me and I'll tell you what the GPS is. And I'll show you how to get your GPS. Last thing here, number 3, you have to know your superpower. How many of you, by a raise of hands, own a business and do multiple things in the business that they don't like? Go ahead and raise your hand. Most of you here, right? And it's because I call it that entrepreneur ego. You're too good to let somebody else do what you could do. You have that freaking ego inside of you that you don't want nobody else to do the things that you do because you think nobody else could do it as good as you. And that's why you haven't discovered your superpower. And that's why you continue working so much. But if you want to get to the point of working 5 hours per week, if you want to get to the point of having multi-million-dollar companies, you have to put the ego aside. And you have to figure out what is your superpower. You have to figure out what are you good at and delegate everything else. Why do you think the moment I got into a 5-minute call with Jason, I invested my money with him because I know that I'm not good at sales, at scaling ads. So the moment he told me your funnel is shit, excuse me for the word, and he told me I can make it better and I can make this happen, I'm like, here, do it. Because I know that's not my superpower. I know what I'm good at, and that's what I own. And I let somebody else that is good at something else, let them be their superpower. And you delegate, and you get that ego out of your way, and you become better at things like that. Like my wife knows, I'm not good at cooking, so she doesn't make me cook. She asks me to cook, but I don't like to cook because I'm not good at it. Only breakfast, right? And the last thing I'm gonna leave you with is, have a mentor.
Yeah.
And to me, that was what really changed the trajectory of my life. I wasn't as fortunate as you all are here in this room today. When I started in 2002 as an entrepreneur, I didn't have access to all these mentors, to all these influencers, to all these people that you have access today. You guys are very blessed, let me tell you. I didn't have that opportunity. But the moment that I found out about it, of getting into the right rooms, the moment that I found out that I need to have the right mentors, that I need to pay for those mentors to get me in the right rooms, that's when I really propel my growth into everything. And with that, I'll share just a couple of things with that. The first thing that I'll share with you is that one of the mentors opened his Rolodex to me, and within 3 months of me working with him, I was speaking on a stage in London. Then I had another mentor that connected me with somebody, and that one person invested over close to $2 million with me within one connection. And the other mentor that I got in scaling my ads now is Jason, that within meeting him within a couple of weeks, he put me on the stage in front of all of you to be able to share my experience with you. Let's give him a huge round of applause, please. And it's so funny that not only did he put me here, but actually a couple of weeks ago to the speaker that was here, Justin, I was trying to reach out to him and he didn't answer me. And right after this event, he introduced me to him, and now we're gonna meet and do business together. So that's what it is to have a mentor. Sometimes you're not gonna get a monetary return on investment, but what you're definitely gonna get is a return on investment in yourself. And you have to remember, you are your biggest asset. And if you don't invest in yourself, that means that you don't believe in yourself, that you don't have faith in yourself. So you have to start investing in yourself if you want that growth. And when I'm talking about mentors, I'm not talking about just business mentors. I'm talking about having mentors in all aspects of life. I'm fortunate enough to be married 13 years. And I grew up without a father. I don't know what having a father around or having a good marriage is, because I never seen my mom married when I was growing up. So, the odds are stacked against me. But because of the mentors in my life, the people that I picked to be around my life, I'm happy to tell you that I've been married for 13 years. Happy to tell you that I'm a pretty good father because of that as well. I'm happy to tell you that I'm a good entrepreneur because of the mentors as well. Because now I continue making mistakes, but the mistakes that I make are not as huge as the ones I made when I started into real estate development 20-something years ago. And you continue getting in the right rooms, meeting the right people, you continue growing. And then at that time, you start living your life by design, living the life that you always dreamed of. Because when you put all those 4 things that I just gave you together, they start coming into place. I always wanted to be a father and a husband. And the one thing that I really wanted in my life, I wanted to have kids. But I just didn't want to have kids, I wanted to have girls. So my faith was so strong that I ended up having 2 beautiful girls. So when you really put your vision board out there and you really design how you want your life to be, I wanted to have a beautiful Colombian wife that is American, not like immigrant like me. And I had that. I was able to find a Colombian wife that was American and beautiful too, And I'm talking about all the things that are not material. So everything starts with those 4 things that I tell you. I want you to think about, if you were laying in your deathbed today and you look back in your life, what are you gonna say? Are you gonna turn around and say, wow, what a freaking life that I had. I did everything that I wanted to do. Why are you gonna say, I should have done that, I could have done that, I would have done that?